Hello, 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 Leo. Hello, Leo. So happy to be here with you. And I want to tell you, first of all, that a subscriber asked me to return to crystals. And so I'm returning to crystals. I've chosen this Bermanium quartz, if you can see it. It's a particular quartz with all little quartz underneath, but I'm going to use this with me for this reading. And today for this new moon in a Gemini reading, and for the first half of June, I have the Fantasy Tarot that I'll be using, and of course the Vera Sibilla cards, and I'll be looking at that. So as she let me call you sweetheart. It's crazy songs. All right, I'm going to mix the cards and just tell you to go visit my website. A lot of people ask me how they can get a reading, and I always tell them, of course, but you try to visit my website and you'll be able to see. It's very clear. And see what other things that I do that may be of interest to you. It's www.christellemartinette.com. Now, first I lay out the new moon spread, and then show you those. There, Darlene. And then show you those and read at each turn. Of course, I can't do it without my glasses. Two of Swords. The first card in is the Two of Swords. Then we've got the Magician. How lovely that is. The Magician in that position for Cancer. It was the Fool. Now it's the Magician. Then we have the King of Cups. And of course, this is you, Cancer, ladies or gentlemen. And then we have the King of Wands, maybe a fire sign in your life. And then we have the Four of Coins, Look, I'm going to first pull the other cards, lay them, and then show you them and tell you which is which, what is what. All right, let's get the show on zero. You know, I'm hearing here, Leo, that not only have you come into your own, you've embraced a lot of difficulties, but, you know, it seems as if you're bracing up for a new you in your birthday period. You're getting ready because you have great plans. Let's talk about those plans a little bit. Now, the first card in tells us about what you have released in the last full moon. That was the full moon in Scorpio, what you have released. Now, I have to say that the release was made with much difficulty, much difficulty. I mean, really, not only much difficulty, but reluctance. You just didn't want to, and you're still thinking about it. Look, I have dispiacere, sadness, vedovo, the widower, and prigione, the prison. Those speak for themselves, you know, I could say, but we did release, and it was your decision, actually. It was your decision. You tried to involve another person in your decision, but it just didn't work. And you were able then to fully release. Like I said, you know, you're coming into a period, you're prepping up, actually, ladies and gentlemen, Leo friends, you're prepping up for a period where you're getting stronger. You feel like you're getting stronger. You're thinking and projecting in the future and saying, well, you know, I am going to do it. I will make it. And I see great things for myself. you're saying to yourself, I have great things for myself. I know that I can do wonderful things. And it's as if you're convincing yourself. You're convincing yourself, but you're not wholeheartedly convinced yet. And it's going to take all of those weeks for you then to really feel that you're making something for yourself and of yourself. Now, the next card, this beautiful magician card that talks about what is going on now. And just like I said, you are manifesting it. You're preparing yourself for that August period and for the late July, August period, because you want to make something of yourself. The magician is very, very powerful. And the magician can use his power or her power for good or for evil. We know that, right? Hi there, Angie. We know that. And the issue here is that you have come from a difficult cycle where it was difficult for you to release because you were in a different frame of mind, you were in a different perspective. The game is changed here. And what caused this game changer was the release that you undertook, that you enacted. I have here as the Sibilla, I've got the artista, the thinker, the person, the creative element here. And this is very much in line with your new position as the magician. What is going on now? You're creatively looking to the future. Deliranti, the delirious man, and the hope, speranza, which reigns eternal. You are still not out of the forest. Is that what they say in English? You're still not out of that difficulty. You're still not out of that difficulty. And it will take all of your resolve, Leo. It will take all of your resolve to remember what you're aiming for. And you really have to stay concentrated. But with that magician, I have no doubt. I have no doubt at all. Now, let's say that the clue, they would say in Italy, the focus, the main purpose of what is happening now in this moon cycle, this new moon in Gemini, is what you are creating. And now, so far, we've got an idea of that. And we saw this card, which is the King of Cups. All right, the King of Cups. Now, what are you manifesting? Does anybody have a guess? Do you have a guess? Do you have a guess? Do you have a guess? What about you, Angie? Do you have a guess? Can you guess? Well, we all know that the king is very benevolent, this King of Cups. And the King of Cups is a water sign, obviously. And it is what you are manifesting. It could be an interest in a water sign, and those are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. It could be man or woman, it could be. But it also does talk about the importance for emotions in your life. Now, we have the house card, Casa. We have Alegria, happiness. And the giovane fanciulla, the young woman who speaks to, she's the virgin of the deck. This is something new. What are you creating? What are you creating? Your metaphorical house in which you will have such a different perspective in relation to the past, Leo, because you have, with much difficulty, as we saw, released something so painful for you to release. And this is new territory for you. Obviously, this is new territory for you. But, it is interesting to see that you have finally understood. I get that, Angie. This is bringing you to the notion that, yes, I have to do it on my own. Yes, I'm doing it on my own. Yes, everything that I touch doesn't turn to gold. It turns to emotional difficulty. It has up until now. Therefore, it is that area that I have to work on. It is my emotions. They are my emotions. Whether I channel them to a person, to one person, or whether I channel them to myself, my emotional life, because I have emotions when I see a dog, when I have emotions when I see my significant others. I have emotions on the job when something goes badly, when something goes poorly, when something goes well. And I don't know how to deal with them at times. All right, so then we have this area of the spread that talks about what is emerging for you. And what is emerging for you? we saw this King of Cups. Now, we can say, Leo, that what is emerging for you is a fire sign and somebody who's coming into your life, a fire sign, which is an Aries, a Leo, a fellow Leo, or a Sagittarius. But what is emerging for you is a moment as well. If it is an energy, and I believe it is an energy, it is a moment where you have you will be coming in and using all of your typical Leo qualities of passion, fire, and energy. The energy to be able to face new emotions, manifest new beginnings. The cards that highlight this are Denaro, the safe money, this sighing sospiri, and La Donna Maritata, the married woman, literally translated. This is the Grande Dame. This is a woman who protects. This is a woman, the woman of your dreams, the woman of the house. And it looks very much like, you remember, Casa, it looks very much like you're aiming. What is emerging for you? And this is coming for you. Someone, this could also be the Gran Signore, a male. It looks like that what is emerging is the whole kit and caboodle, the story. You want the story, you're going to get the story. You're going to get the story. You're going to get the story as you like it, as you want it. What is emerging now? Now, this may also play out in this sense that an image of what you want and what is important to you is starting to gel. And you're materializing the image so you know what to work for in the future. And now we have the card that tells us what to do. How can you achieve your goals? How can you work towards your goals? And we have card of the Four of Coins. Now, the Four of Coins, I don't subscribe to the Universal Tarot, the Rider-Waite meanings of the Four of Coins. And for me, the Four of Coins is and you could take a look at this image as well. This is the phoenix arising from its ashes. How do you get to your goals? You remember the past, you remember the difficulties, and you remember what it took to get out of that, the pain, and you come out facing what you think and imagine. As we have said, what is emerging for you, the notion of what you truly want and desire. And we have highlighting this is melancholy, malinconia. We have the pensiero, thought, and we've got the disgrazia, the house on fire, disgrace. Now, there is, of course, a look to the past. There's a look to the past, and you're musing over what really was tragic for you. And how How do you move towards your goals? By completely coming up from your ashes, but remembering from whence you came, what those ashes cost you. Now, I do really hope that this was a help to you, Leo friends. And visit my website, like and share my videos if you enjoyed them, and subscribe. Push that subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back for the full moon readings. Yes, that is a thread.